Hello.
Hi.
Happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the Maker's Gonna Learn YouTube channel, or welcome if it's your first time here.
Love to have you. Super excited.
Yes, y'all, we are in the Christmas crafting thick of it. We are like making all the Christmas crafts. This
Into
one,
the thick of it.
into the thick of it. Oh my gosh, that's like a throwback TikTok trending sound.
Do you remember what that's from? The Backyardigans?
Yes.
The only reason I know it is because my little sister watched it.
I mean, I know the Backyardigans, but like I didn't know it was from that until someone told me.
Yeah.
I wasn't like that familiar, but I think I was like, we were getting a little old.
We were way old.
Yeah.
But I know because of my little sister, and I could probably sing you the whole song because she used to watch the Backyardigans all the time.
That's so funny.
Yes.
So anyways, we're going to be making a really, really cute Christmas craft today. If you guys did not see on the thumbnail, it is like a little elf on a shelf DIY.
It is so cute, and
It really
this is
is.
one that it's gonna be like you're gonna be able to recreate this and really make a statement for the kids, not just kids, like adults in your life. Like it's just so cute and funny, and
Yes.
I just think it's a really great, easy DIY. We're only using paper today
Yes.
and double-sided adhesive, correct?
Right.
Y'all.
Well, we have a Zig pen.
Well, okay, a Zig pen. So some type of adhesive and
Yes,
paper.
yes.
Which, if you're a Cricut crafter, most of us already have.
Right.
So, like, you all could recreate this today.
Yeah, it's so fun, so cute. And I actually sent a picture of the finished product to my sister because the one that is in the sample photo is my nephew Jackson. And she's like, oh my gosh, the kids are going to freak out. They're going to be on television. Like they think they're going to be like famous on YouTube or something. So I sent her a screenshot this morning. I said, tell Jackson he's on TV and he's on the thumbnail. So they may watch this. If you are watching this, hi, Jackson and Emery. I'm going to use Emery's face for the other one.
That's going to be so cute.
Yes, but these are perfect to put like little candy in. You can put money in them if you're really trying to earn brownie points. I don't know that you could fit a gift card in it if you made it a little bit bigger, but you would have to use bigger cardstock. So,
Yeah.
And we can get into all that when we get over there. But y'all, this is very cute. You should have all the supplies on hand. But before we jump into the craft, y'all know we like to let you know what sales that we're running. And we are still doing our 75 off of our yearly membership, which is huge.
Yeah, so if you want to recreate this and you are not part of the Maker's Gonna Learn family, you can join us, craft with us for a year. You get this file. All you have to do is add the face.
Yeah,
The rest
your
of
own
it
face.
you already have.
Yep.
You get it for free. If you join the yearly membership, like Alicia said, $75 off, grandfathered in. The best sale on our yearly membership that we have right now is the time to jump in on that if you want to truly learn how to use your Cricut and get the most out of your machine.
Yep.
That is where you're going to get the most. However, I do want to mention we have the biggest sale of our yearly membership now, which is definitely the way that I think you should go. But if you are kind of on the fence and you're like, I don't know, Lauren, I kind of want to go get in there and check everything out before I commit to a year, we do have our dollar deal that I will have Sadie drop our link for.
Yes.
If you want to try us out for $1, you can do that. You get 7 days unlimited access to our website, 20 downloads. That means it's 5 cents a download. And then after that 7 days, if you don't cancel, you then automatically become a monthly member. But that is an option for you all if you want to recreate this and you're not sure if you want to jump in yearly. Check out that dollar deal, but I promise you, once you get in there and check everything out, I'm about 95% sure you're going to become a yearly member.
We're going to lure you in.
That's right.
You'll like it. So that is a perk, like today's craft. Obviously, every time you watch a live stream of ours, once you become a member, you can just make the craft like right then because we always use our files. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, we do have the chat open. Sadie is answering questions. Lauren will be answering questions.
Yep.
Cheryl loves your laptop cover.
Thanks.
Isn't it so cute?
I've not got my stickers on it yet. I've got to start my new sticker collection.
I know. It was hard for us to let go of our old.
Y'all, I don't think you understand. Like, mine was hanging on by a literal thread. Like,
Yeah.
it was cracked here, it was cracked here, it
That's
was
how
cracked
mine
here,
got,
it was
yeah.
cracked everywhere.
Yep.
Hanging on by a thread. Did not want to get rid of it, but I had to.
It was time.
It was time.
So anyways, we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Hopefully y'all are ready. Hi, Jackson and Emery, Carol says. So listen, there's not a lot of supplies that you guys need today. You know, if we're working with cardstock, we're going to be using our Celebration Warehouse. Our friend Ashley Falco, she is our favorite. So you're going to need a couple different colors. Obviously, you can use whatever colors you want, but let me show you what this one looks like. Okay, if we're overhead, y'all, look how stinking cute. Jackson is losing all of his teeth. They're just falling right out. But this is just like a little box, and I love it because the elf on a shelf is such a huge thing right now. It has been for years. I feel like it's really blowing up with social media just because people post all their funnies. So this is this could even be like an elf on a shelf thing for you guys to do, if that makes sense. So we're going to be working with some glitter cardstock, some regular cardstock, but they're all Ashley Falco. This is super easy, even though it looks very intricate in 3D. If you've never played around with 3D paper crafts, this is a good one to start with. I just feel like there's lots of different elements for you to play around with, and you're going to learn a lot, but it's really not hard. So that's what we are making today. I've got my 3 different colors of cardstock here. I've got all of these are 12 by 12 sheets. I just have a white, a red, and then this beautiful sparkly teal blue. And then I have my reverse tweezers. If you are just getting into paper crafting, you need a pair of reverse tweezers. If you don't feel comfortable with these, you can use regular tweezers, but you're going to want something that can pick up those little tiny pieces of paper, because you do work with lots of like you can see on here, we'll be putting this on, and like these little guys, I can't do that with my hands and my fingernails. Like, this is just what you need to be using. And then I have a 2-way zig glue pen. We use these constantly for paper projects. This is just like a paint marker, but it has glue in it. So it's a chisel tip. They have fine point ones as well, but I just always go to this chisel tip. It goes on blue, dries clear. And then I've got a brayer. I have a bone folder. We had some heated discussions over this last week about if this was made out of bone, and I'll let you know that Lauren said it is.
At least that one specifically. Not all of them are.
Right, this one is.
A lot of them are made out of plastic, like very
Yes.
hardened plastic, but that one specifically, yes, when I ordered it, it said calf
It's
bone.
a calf bone, it is. And then I have a scoring stylus. If you've just got a scoring wheel, that's fine. So you are going to be able to make this project if you have an Explore series or a Maker series. And then I have a true control knife, a standard grip mat, and our handy dandy ATG gun. This is just a double-sided adhesive gun. It spits out double-sided adhesive. This looks very bougie, but you can grab like a double-sided adhesive from Walmart. I think the dollar store sells them.
Yeah.
They're not going to be as great as the ATG gun. This is like really the high-end version of a double-sided adhesive. But if you get into paper crafting, you're going to want to invest in something like this because it's just the best. So with that being said, I am going to go over to our share screen, and we're going to go ahead, and the image should be linked below for you all now. Earlier it was not, so if you were looking for it, it wasn't there yet. Let's go to our canvas. So we've already got our 3D image uploaded here. Now, if you're like, how do I even get that in there? How do I get this right here onto my screen? You're just going to go to our website, and I'm going to see, we'll see if it's up there.
It is. If you'll search elf box, it's there.
Okay, perfect.
Because it is into the description as well.
Oh, good. Okay. I was hoping it was there now. Okay. Oh, we're not logged in. Let me sign us in really quick. So if you're looking for it, it's elf box, or you can just click the link in the description. It'll take you right there. You just need to make sure that you're logged in. Let's go to cut files and elf box. I'll show you guys how to upload this real quick.
So while you're doing this, Erin says the Christmas crafting elf blessed me with an ATG gun. I have not been able to find one anywhere that sells them in Canada. Yet somehow they found one returned. Returned one at Michael's over the weekend and 40% off.
That's a steal.
That's insane.
That's a steal. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, good for you, Erin. I love that. Okay, so if you are on our website and you're in our cut files, search elf box. Here is the image. All you're going to need to do is click this little download icon. And can I just take a moment really quick? We have lots of cute elf on a shelf activities in our file. So if you are an elf on a shelfer, look, we've got Twister. We have a surprise scavenger hunt. Look how cute this is. This could be a stencil where you could do like powdered sugar for footprints. An elf report. Elfagram. Okay, just go look at these. They're so cute. If you're not a member and you're an Elf on a Shelfer, I feel like that's a perfect opportunity for you guys. Anyway, so go ahead. We're going to hit that download icon, and it's going to pop either up here. Sometimes it goes down to the bottom. If you can't find it anywhere, go to your downloads folder. Just search for Elf-Box 98. It'll probably pop up. And then you can see right here, it's an SVG. So I'm just going to keep this screen pulled up, but I'm going to come down here and open up Cricut Design Space as well. And then we're going to go to upload over here on this far left panel, hit upload image, and then I'm going to select my finder because that's where our image popped into. And I'm going to click and drag and then upload. Easy peasy, right? And then we're going to select the image and add it to our canvas. Holy moly, did I resize it? Let me make sure. I don't want this to be gigantic. Oops. So whenever you pull in these 3D paper images, a lot of times they come in size how we want them. But I'm looking right here because this first one over here is the one that I did originally. And I did not resize it. And then I'm looking at the one that I just pulled in, and it's looking really big. And the way that I like to measure stuff is I will literally just go get a basic square shape, and I will measure like the main portion of it. So like this elf body, that's kind of about the size of the whole project. Like it's like the main segment. So I'm just gonna unlock this rectangle, and we can literally just go from top to bottom. I mean, that's going to be 25 inches tall.
That's insane.
So we don't want to do that. So let me see how big the one is that I originally did. Let me delete this. And then you all can, whenever you upload it, you can resize it down to the size that it needs to be. And we may want to fix that on our website, actually, so that when you all pull it in, you're not making a 25-inch elf. That's gigantic. I mean, unless you want to. It's your own elf. Okay, this one is 10 1/4. So whenever you pull your image in, knowing that it's 10 1/4, you can go ahead and just make a square that is 10 1/4 tall, if that helps you resize it. Well, okay, here we go. 10.25. Oh my gosh, I'm too zoomed out, guys. Okay, so just make you a little rectangle because you know that's how big that we want it, right? Because I just told you. And you're going to select this, and we're going to make sure everything is together. We're not ungrouping or anything. Anytime you resize 3D paper images, they need to be resized together, and make sure that it's locked. We don't want to unlock anything either because that will mess up our whole situation. So I'm just going to resize until this elf guy is about the height of that rectangle. And he is. And that's it. That's easy, right? So I think we should fix that on the website because I really don't want y'all to be like, oh, I'm just trying to cut it and it was 25 inches tall. It would be huge. So yeah. Now, y'all, that is like pretty much it. If you wanted to do just 2 colors, but of course I had to make it more complicated. So if you wanted to just do like red and white, and you wanted to live there, you totally can. This looks good if you just use 2 colors. And what I mean by that, let's go overhead so I can show you. So I did add in these blue glitter because I feel like it just needed a pop, you know? And it's Christmas, so I wanted to add glitter. But all this blue glitter, if I did not go in and change it, would just be red, okay? So you don't necessarily have to go in and do the 3rd colors, but I'm gonna show you guys kind of what I did to get all these colors. I'm gonna turn him to me so I can remember which pieces I did where. Does anybody have questions so far? Anybody? No? Okay. Let me zoom in. I work from far away. Y'all know I'm bad for that. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Do you do that? Uh-huh. I don't know why I do it. It's so much easier if I zoom in.
Because I feel like I can see everything better when I'm...
Like I can get a whole picture.
Whole picture,
yeah. And you know, like when you paint and stuff, like you'll paint and then you're like...
Step back and look at it.
You're like trying to look at it from all the angles. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyways, normally whenever these 3 images come in, they are almost always grouped together. If they're not, it's like an accident. So we're going to ungroup everything, okay? Now, all of our elements are kind of freestanding. Now, this little section right here is where we're gonna kind of work, because I want to make some of this glittery, some of it needs to be red, so I needed to kind of separate it. I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna make our little bow the color that we want it. So I'm gonna do a blue sparkly bow again. And then for our hats and all of these little pieces, I need them to be separated. So this is where I like to use the slice function. I could contour technically, but I would have to duplicate this and then contour it out, and well, I'm trying to think. No, I wouldn't have to do it that many times. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to duplicate this. So we've got 2 of our little elf patterns, okay? What I'm gonna do for the first one is duplicate out anything that I want to be blue.
Contour out.
Contour out. Is that what I said?
Yeah, you said duplicate out.
Oh, contour out. I don't know why I said duplicate. We're gonna contour out anything that we want to be blue. So I'm gonna take off this. I want this to be blue. And I think everything else is red. Okay. And then here on this one, I'm gonna contour out everything that I want to be red. So you can click it on here, you can click it over here. Either way is gonna get the same job done. Okay, so these will be blue. I'm gonna go ahead and color it because I'll forget. I'm gonna color these blue. And then we have all of this is red. Now, a lot of you all do not like to waste paper, and I hear you. So whenever we go to cut this, all these little pieces right now, because they're attached together, they're gonna cut spaced out on a piece of cardstock in a 9.5 by 7.5 square, because, bless you.
Thank you.
Because they're so spread out. So I want to separate these, and I'm just gonna slice them apart. That's how I did it. I'm just gonna grab a square, and I'm gonna slice off the pieces that I do not want. So I'm gonna...
What, you can't detach them?
Nope. They're like one unit. I don't know. It's probably just because that's how the file was made. So I'm going to select, I've got my square over our little ankle cuffs. I'm gonna select this, slice it out, and then delete all the layers I need. And now, look, I can kind of move all this stuff up together. And the reason this is okay is because it's cutting out in separate pieces anyway, so I'm gonna have to assemble all these pieces on here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and separate these 2. And I see you all telling me the tip of my hat needs to be blue. I'll get there in just a minute. So I'm gonna put my square over my wrist cuffs. We can slice it out. And this is not completely necessary. But look, now I can just bunch all this together. So I'm not wasting nearly as much paper when we do it this way. So if you were trying to save on paper, this is a way that you can do that. Just make sure you're not resizing anything. Be very careful not to resize anything. And then we've got, this is also attached, so I'm gonna slice out the hat and the collar as well. Does anyone have questions over this? Is anybody confused? Hopefully not.
No questions right yet.
No questions. Okay, good. So I'm just slicing this out. There's our hat, and then our collar and that little bottom piece are connected. Let's separate the collar. And I keep unlocking it so I can kind of make it a wide triangle, select both layers, and then slice it out. Okay, all this is gonna be red. Let's go ahead and color it red. When you're working with paper, you get piles of like things, and so I like to keep everything really color coded, very organized. So I've got all my pieces there, and then over here, we need him to be blue too. We want the tail of our hat to be blue. And I think that's it for color coding. Now, the next thing that we're gonna need to do is change our score lines on our boxes. Before I move on to that though, I see a couple long comments. Okay, they're not asking questions.
No.
Okay, perfect. How many people do we have with us?
We have 109 currently.
Okay. Now, we've got all of the elf outfit portion. Let's kind of focus on the box now. So a lot of times these 3D paper projects, they come in and they've got all these crazy lines and you're like, what the heck is all of that? Well, whenever you see a solid black line, you're gonna be getting a cut. So anytime there's a black line, there's a cut. If it's a dotted line, it is a score line. So right now, if I just sent this through our Cricut, all of these pieces would cut out, which is totally not what we want at all. So, and I like to use the layers panel for this portion. It just makes it a little bit easier. What I'm gonna do, instead of just selecting it over here, you can see if I just select it on the canvas, it selects both layers. I just need this inner layer right here. So I'm gonna select it in my layers panel. And you can see up here under operation, it says basic cut. That means that right now it's gonna cut everything out, but I want it to score because we wanna create a box. So I'm gonna go to that operations drop down menu. We're gonna select score, and immediately you can see it change to a score line, okay? And they're already attached to each other in this one little layer, okay? So that's perfect, that's all we need to do. And then on this one, we can select that second sub layer right there, and it says basic cut, but we need to change that to score as well. You can see it changed to dotted lines, and they are already attached together, so we are good to go. Any questions? That's it. That's all for the design space portion.
No more questions.
Nope. Okay, and then we can go to make it. And okay, I guess our lines weren't attached. So earlier I was saying, I think our lines are attached. They're not. Oh, you know what? Is that from my old image?
Probably.
I bet it is. Let's go delete it. Let's go delete our old image so it's not messing our game up, because we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, go to make it. Let's, okay. Where is that? Okay. I'm just gonna click and drag and attach these to make sure that they are attached, because I thought they were, but apparently they're not. So click and drag. We wanna make sure our lines and our box are attached. So just select attach. Okay. And then we're gonna do it to our other one. Click and drag, make sure the dotted lines and the solid lines are connected, and then we're gonna select attach. Okay, we should be good now. Let's go back to the make it screen. Beautiful. So we've got our little hat here. I'm just gonna pull it up to the top, and then we have this guy and then this guy. So this is our lid, this is our elf, and this is our box. And why I only brought one sheet of 12 by 12 white paper in here, I could never tell you.
Because I think that's all we had.
Will you get me 3, like just other brand, I guess?
Yeah.
We'll use another brand. Or you can give me a different color.
We'll shade.
Okay, we'll skip.
Using blue and red?
No. I only need one for those. I don't know.
I meant like you're using blue and red. I was thinking of another color I could use.
Yeah, blue and red.
Okay, I'll look.
I'm not sure what this looks like, some lines that I'm missing. Let's go back and see what this black is, because I really honestly don't know. You know what it is, you guys? It's this right here. I need to change these. Do you see right here? This is supposed to be a score on our bow. That's perfect. That's perfect. That'll be perfect. Thank you. So we need to change these to score on our bow. And then I'm gonna select it and attach it. Okay, go to make it. Let's make sure we didn't skip anything. I still have these black lines. I don't know where they're coming from. Let's see. Let's go back one more time. I have like a random black.
A
random black mat, and I don't know like what it is.
Did you forget to get rid of something?
That's what I'm looking for, but I don't think so. Oops. Oh.
What's the?
Those need to be score lines too. Okay.
That's what it is. Those are black.
That's it. Okay. I thought it was the bow, and then I fixed it, and it was still there.
Now you have to attach it.
Yes. So make sure to change those on the elf outfit to score, and then select them both and attach. All right. We figured it out. Okie dokie. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll start with our whites. Lauren brought us some more white in here. So I'm using a standard grit mat, but normally I would like to use a light grit mat for paper projects, just because we don't want our paper to like get too attached to the mat and bend, because paper is very fragile. But this is a well-loved standard grit mat, so it's going to be fine. So I'm just using my brayer to put it on there, and then we're gonna slide that into our Cricut. And then back on the share screen, we're gonna select continue, and we're gonna cut this on medium cardstock, okay? And I've already got my scoring stylus in our B clamp, or our A clamp, and then I have a fine point blade in the other one. Beautiful, crazy.
Everybody's saying that they just love feeling like they're hanging out with their crafting besties.
Crafting besties.
That's what we're here for, guys.
Oh, if you guys went to the summit and we were talking about true crime. Oh, I guess I should hit go on here. We're talking about true crime podcasts. You know, we were talking about crafting and crime podcasts also. Me and your thing.
No, we didn't do that.
Courtney gave me the name of the one that she was watching or listening to, and I listened to it over the weekend. It's called Unrestorable. It's heartbreaking. Don't listen to it if you're in a fragile state of mind. So
I'm listening. I'm reading Outlander right now. So
Lauren reads books all the time. She does not. She does do podcasts, but not.
I do listen to podcasts, but I'm on my book. Listen, I take everything in spells.
Yeah.
I will be a hardcore podcast consumer for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I will be a hardcore book consumer for a bit. Mm-hmm. And then I will take a break from both and just listen to music for a little while.
Yeah. I mean, I'm mainly music and podcasts, sometimes books. I did just finish the Britney Spears book, if you guys read it.
I've read Outlander before. I'm just rereading it because I just am a crazy person.
Because you're a real nerd. I'm just kidding.
I am.
I like secretly want to be a person who reads. I want to be like, yeah, I'm just reading a book. Like I'm just reading a book, but I'm not. I just can't. I fall asleep every time. It takes me like 3 pages and I'm asleep.
Really?
Every time. And I love books.
See, I'm the opposite though. I've gotten to where I have to do audiobooks.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I love a paper hold it in my hand book. That's my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
But I get so engrossed in books that I can't physically do anything else except sit on my hind end and read.
Yeah.
And nothing gets done. Right. Everything falls by the wayside.
I'll do an audiobook because it doesn't make me fall asleep. But reading a physical book like that, I'm going to fall asleep every time. It's just who I am. Okay. Load that in.
No. So Carol said, notice you didn't have to change the scoring stylus. Is that an update that Cricut made or did I miss? No. When you are using a scoring stylus, which is why we like using a scoring stylus even on a maker machine, is because it's in clamp Is it A?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it stays in clamp A and your fine point blade stays in clamp B and you never have to switch it out. If you use a scoring wheel, it has to go in clamp B and you have to switch out the scoring wheel with the fine point blade.
Yeah, that's why we just use the stylus. It makes it so much easier. Megan, I have not read Verity, but I have read Colleen Hoover, and I've read 2 of her books.
Probably It Begins and Ends with Us, which is not
Nope.
okay.
It had us in the title though.
It ends with us?
Maybe.
And then it begins with us.
No, but I didn't read the other one. I only read one us, and then there was another one I read about halfway, and I was like, I don't like the guy. I didn't like the guy that she was trying to portray.
Atlas and Ryle are the 2 in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I hadn't read a spicy book before, though, so I was a little surprised. I was like...
That one was not spicy, first of all.
Well, but I never read any spicy.
Oh!
So
okay.
I swear, and I was
Girl.
well, it was like weird. I was like,
Okay.
But, I didn't know why everyone was going so crazy on TikTok about Colleen Hoover, and I was like, these books are spicy a little. They're mild. According to Lauren.
They are mild.
Well, so who's more spicy?
Oh, a lot of different people.
Do you read spicy books?
I tend to sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Now, some of the ones that get real crazy, I don't.
You're not that into it.
I mean...
I started listening to The Perfect Marriage out loud in my car with my children.
Yeah, that's another one.
The first page, I was like, nope, we can't listen to that. I don't know if you guys have read that one, but...
Yeah.
It was provocative. I was like, sorry, dear Jesus.
Yeah, no, there's, I mean, yeah. There's but honestly, Colleen Hoover is mild. But
yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna be a very maybe a little controversial here, but she's not my favorite author.
I've heard that like she's like over.
I think her books are very digestible to the general public.
Yeah.
I don't think they're terrible, but I don't think there are not a lot of thought-provoking ideas and concepts behind. And I like a thought-provoking. I don't know. Which I say that, and I'm reading Outlander. It's not very thought-provoking either.
Well, but you go through spells, so you do more intense reading and then a little bit lighter. And you've already read Outlander before, so
And I do like it.
Well, I was going to read the Bridgerton series.
I have read those.
Have you?
Of course I have.
Man, I love that show. That is my favorite show. I think I lived a life back then.
Well, if you like the Bridgerton series and you want to get into reading, I do think Outlander is a good series. It's a historical. It's like historical fiction. Anyway, it's just.
I don't like dragons and stuff, so I can't get into Game of Thrones.
This is not.
It's not that old. Okay.
No.
No offense to my Game of Throners. My husband is obsessed, and he thinks that I'm crazy for not liking Game of Thrones. I just can't get into it. Just not my thing.
I'll be real honest. That's one I've not read.
Game of Thrones.
And that's really like my genre. I like. I don't know that you would even consider Game of Thrones dystopian. It's more like.
It's like medieval.
I don't know. Dystopian would be like. Hunger Games and things like that. And I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just so many different. Oh shoot! I'm trying to edit this, guys, because Oh no, I've got plenty of room, but I like to cut everything in the far left corner as much as possible. Maybe that's just me. I'm just gonna move all this over and then hit done. This is just a plain red Ashley Falco, and then we're gonna cut this out too. Handmaid's Tale. Who do I know that's read that? One of my friends has read Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. Handmaid's Tale would be a.
Sin said she's not an Outlander person. It was boring for her.
I mean, I can see that.
It's a lot. There's a lot of them, right? It's not. How many is there? Over
7 or 8.
Golly.
And they're big. They're thick boys.
I've only ever read a series even close to that big. It was Harry Potter when I was in 7th grade.
That's another series I've never read.
Oh.
For me to be such a reader, I've never read it, and I don't know why.
Now I do love me some Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. Okay. I can't even remember them though. I mean, I know the movies better than I know the books because I read them so long ago. Well, I'm glad that we had this book club meeting.
Yep. Crafting book club meeting.
Lots of people were like, I loved it, didn't love it, so I don't know. I also have been curious about reading Stephen King, because I love scary movies.
Now, there are I've read Stephen King books are good. Mm-hmm. There is one book that I want to read that, I don't know, people are on the fence about, and it makes me on the fence about it. And I'll have to think of the name of it. Give me 2 seconds.
It's scary?
It's I don't know.
Well, I've read 2 or 3 Chuck Palahniuk books, and those are kind of creepy. And I kind of like whatever vibe that is. They're not scary, but they're make you feel weird and kind of psycho a little bit.
House of Leaves is the one.
I've heard of that.
But it's I don't know. I've been reading some reviews. And I actually picked it up in the bookstore and almost bought it the other day, but it looks like it would be a lot to take on.
Okay. Well, Clive Barker. Sin said she fell asleep. Well, Sin, what do you like? What kind of books do you read? I want to know what keeps Sin excited to read. Amelia Finn. Lots of you all have good recommendations. Okay, I think this is good. We're gonna hit done, and you can cut this cardstock on glitter cardstock, but y'all, I can cut this on medium cardstock and it still cuts all the way through. A little tidbit.
Mary says she came back to a book discussion. I was confused on what was going on. Sorry, we were just waiting for our paper to cut, and we were just talking about books.
We're just chit-chatting.
Chit-chat.
Chit-chat. Okay. This is the last thing that we need to cut. So I've got all my pieces, and I like to keep everything in its designated color area so I can find it easier. We're just going to go ahead and cut that. I'm cutting this on medium cardstock. It is glitter cardstock, but it's okay. Because it's not like, you know, when there's like chunky glitter cardstock, you gotta really cut that on glitter because it's thick. So I've got my little elf. We've also got to get our face printed and cut, which we haven't done yet, and that is a design space portion, so I lied to you, we weren't done with that part. Let's actually do that before we assemble anything, because this is about to be done cutting. You want to go stick a piece of...
I'll do that.
Thanks. Okay. All right. Pop all these off. This is our little bow pieces. Okay. And it'll snag in some areas, but I can kind of just pop it off. If you haven't made bows out of cardstock before, this is so fun. I didn't know. I never like knew how people did it, obviously, until I worked here. But I love making little bows out of cardstock. It's so fun. You can even use bow files to make them out of leather and things like that. So if you get into making bows, there's lots of different materials you can use. And we have bow files all over the website. That one kind of snagged. Okay, there's all of our blue pieces. Now, let's go to the share screen. I'm going to hit done. And we need to get our face in here. So I'm going to go to uploads. And you can see Jackson's face is already here. Let's see. We can upload an image. I think I screenshotted an image here. I'll just show you. I didn't screenshot Emery's. I screenshotted Jackson. So I'm just going to show you guys how I would do this on this Mac. So here's the picture. If we go overhead, this is a picture on my phone. I'm just going to go down here to the bottom left, and I'm going to airdrop it. And it's saying no people found. Let me make sure. Let's go to the share screen and go. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to send it to Tanner Bell, which is this computer that we're using. And then on the share screen, I'm going to hit right on the accept. There's like a drop down menu. We're going to save that to our downloads to make sure it's like saved on the computer. And then it's just right here in our downloads. And then we can click and drag into Design Space. Now what you're going to need to do is hit complex, continue, and then we're going to remove the background over here on the left side of the screen. This is going to get rid of the bulk of it. You can see like part of my sister's face is in here and Jackson's shirt. We just need his head. So I'm going to hit select, and this is going to get rid of like the other bulk of it. And then we will just go in and fine tune with this erase tool.
So one thing that I did, or somebody else helped us. If you'll go to undo all of that, I want to try something.
Okay. Undo all of it?
Yep. Now go down to over to the side. To the left side, more options, scroll down. Your color tolerance, hold on, let me come up here so I can like look at it a little closer.
It goes to 16.
Unmodified, no, we don't want that. Click off that. Color tolerance, go down to like 5.
Okay, let's just type it.
Yeah, type in 5. Now try to select, oh, no, that's less. Maybe up. It was 16.
Oh, that seems like it was more. I've played around with this and could not get it right.
Go to like...
No, this one, that doesn't work. I tried this.
No, it's not that. It's the unmodified, but it's like the color tolerance. It was either moving it up or down helped it, and I can't remember which one it was.
Dang. Here, let me undo it. Okay, so we were at 16. Let's just go to 14.
Let's just not worry about that today until we get it figured out.
We'll piddle around with that for a little bit.
With that.
Kathy, I was going to do emery, but I didn't save her picture, and I don't want to scroll through Haley's Instagram and find her picture. I thought I did, but I must not have. I only had Jackson's. So anyways, we need to remove the background. So we can remove background. This is from the top. And then we're going to select some of the bigger areas of color. Please don't do that to me right now. Let's go back to our more options and change this back to 16. Thank you. Why is it doing it now? Let's just go out. We're going to re-upload the image. So go to upload image. I'm going to pull up my Finder, and we're going to click and drag the image in and see if it's fixed. He was confused because we were like trying to do some weird stuff.
Yeah.
So remove the background. I'm going to hit select, and then we are just going to start removing all of this. I'm going to zoom in. The more detailed it gets, the easier it is if you zoom in. Let's take Haley's face off here. Okay. And then like you can just keep clicking to get these big bulky areas, and then you can go to your erase tool, and I like to make it really big in the beginning, and this will get rid of a lot of this. Just make sure you're not missing anything. I'll just go all the way from side to side to make sure I'm getting all of it. And I'll show you how you can see what's going to cut here in a second too. It starts to get hard around their chin because you have to be like real careful. Okay. Does anyone have questions about this so far? Anybody?
Nope.
Hopefully Emery's not mad at me for not doing her face. I'm going to do one for her. Okay. We're just going to clean all this up. And since this is a print and cut, I want to get as close to his face as I possibly can without like going onto his face.
Right.
Okay. Jackson was my first nephew I ever had. He was the one who made me an auntie. And he's
I wish I
fresh.
had one of those.
Maybe one day your sisters will decide to have kids.
I know.
Maybe. Sarah Grace is still young.
She is.
She's still, Meredith is still young. I mean, really.
She is.
I love it. I love my little nieces and nephews. Okay, I'm just erasing. So you can preview your cut image this way. It looks like everything is erased, but you know, sometimes we won't know until we get in there. So I'm going to hide cut image, and then we're going to apply and continue, and then we are doing the print and cut image and upload. Why is Kelly saying no? Kelly says no. I missed something. Did I miss something? Who knows?
Not that I know of.
Okay, I'm just going to select the image, add it to our canvas, and then we just need to resize this before we print and cut, because like right now, he's gigantic. So I'm just going to resize. I want it to be a little bit big because that kind of makes it goofy. I just love that he doesn't have any teeth in this picture.
I know.
So cute. Okay, that's pretty good. You can even take the hat. This is what I did. And take the hat and like size it to, or don't size the hat, but size the photo to fit with the hat if you want to. But like realistically, you could put this on here and like put it on him sideways so it's like a little elf hat. It's not so cute. I like that size. I think that's good. Okay, and then we're just gonna go to make it. Okay, and this is on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, of cardstock really. And then we're gonna send to printer. I'm gonna keep the bleed on just because I think this machine needs to be calibrated.
Yep, it
Am
does.
I sending it to the 8100?
Yep.
Okay, so select your printer, add the bleed, use the system dialog, hit print, and then we are going to print this from the rear tray, best quality, print. Boom. Okay. Easy enough. Any questions? Any questions? Now, I'm going to cut that out and we will assemble. So everything is cut out. It's the fine detail. I wish I had an iPad and pencil. It is hard to get it with the mouse. I was talking to Tanner at the summit the other day, and I was like, I'm left-handed and right-armed, so I already have a trouble like fine motoring with my right hand. Because I couldn't throw a ball with my left arm, but I can write and paint and everything with my left side. And then it's the opposite for my right side.
Yep.
So my brain's broken, but I don't know. So anyways, the mouse can be weird to use, especially when you're trying to do like those little fine details, but it's okay. Just do your best, you know?
I did print it on that pretty thick stuff because it was just right there. So just know you have to cut that one on craft board.
Okay, I'm gonna make it extra, I'll cut it extra thick. And y'all can see the bleed really good on this picture. If you've never used bleed, you can see there's like a little ring of color all the way around Jackson. That's just gonna prevent us from having a lot, if any, white around the cutout. So in Design Space, Lauren printed this on like really heavy cardstock.
Just because it was right there, y'all, not because that's what I think you need to cut it on.
So you can cut it on this right here, or you can cut it on chipboard.
Craft board.
Or craft board, sorry. I'm glad you said that because I was fixing to do it. Craft board.
Yeah.
And
always cut it
then,
on craft board.
Yeah, it cuts out better with less times that way. Okay, send it in, and then we're gonna cut it. Alrighty, while that cuts, let's assemble things. I've got my hot glue gun on. I don't think I mentioned that. You really only need the hot glue gun for your bow because it's like stiffer. And then we're gonna need our OTG gun. Where's my zig pin? Oh, here she is. Okay. Let me hit go. So, let's just start assembling. Let's do our boxes first. Okay, so it's gonna be really hard for you guys to see my score lines. Sadie, if this makes this out of focus, tell me. I just need y'all to be able to see what I'm doing. So there's score lines here. They're gonna be hard for you all to see, but I'm just folding everything on the score lines, and I'm gonna take my bone folder, which is this, and just kind of press it along those creased edges. And even these tabs have some creases too.
So Kelly said, do you have to airdrop, or is there another way? Honestly, Kelly, the easiest way for, I guess, the general public is just to email it to yourself.
And save it to your computer, yeah.
Yeah, email it to yourself, save it to your computer from your email on your desktop, and then open it that way.
Yes.
We just airdrop it because we use Apple products, and it's just easy to airdrop between Apple products. So that's why we just use it.
Oh no, it moved. It almost completely cut out though.
Close enough.
Yeah, I can trim it up. You can see like right here it kind of messed up, but that's perfect. Man, I really I really made his head big for this one. We'll see how it looks, and then you guys can know if you should make your head a little bit smaller. So I'm just finding all of these little score lines, and I'm folding them in towards each other.
Right now would be a great time to ask questions.
Yes, sorry.
Whether it's crafting questions, project related, membership related, anything, any kind of question right now would be a great time to ask those while Alicia is assembling the box. So just in case you guys are here and you want to recreate this box, one of the things that you can do is you can join our membership. You will get this box when you join us. Right now we're having the best sale of the year. We are doing $75 off, grandfathered in, and plus one thing we didn't mention a while ago is if you jump in on the deal now, you get this 30 days to master your Cricut workbook printed and shipped to you.
Oh yeah, that's very important.
For free.
Yeah.
For free.
Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to assemble this box. I had to like look at it for a second because I was not 100% sure. It's been a second. So I'm gonna take my ATG gun and I'm gonna put it on these little tabs right here. And a lot of people are like, can you use glue? You can, but the reason we use ATG is because it stays sticky until we adhere it. It doesn't dry. Like if I use hot glue, if I don't do this quickly, it's gonna dry. And like other glue gets messy and it can warp your paper and things like that. So that's why we like the double-sided adhesive. So I went ahead and put a piece on there, and then I'm gonna attach this to this.
Okay, so we did have someone ask, and Alicia, I'm going to ask you because you've used the Joy Extra more than I have.
Okay.
Someone asked, does the Joy Extra do scoring? It does, right?
I believe so. Yeah, because I mean, if you can put a fine point, if you can put a blade in a housing, you can put a stylus in a housing.
Yeah.
I would assume yes. I don't know that I've scored anything on it though, which sounds awful. Okay, then I'm going to take this other little tabby and attach it here. And then I'm just taking my burnishing tool like inside here along the crease to like push it down because I want to make sure it's really on there. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to just tuck these in. And then I need to do the same thing on this side. Sorry, it's kind of hard to show you guys overhead. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. We're just assembling, so it's supposed to look like a box. Okay,
so we did have someone ask, I'm wanting to do this kind of on an ornament. Would I be able to Mod Podge it on an ornament and then put more over it so it doesn't get ruined? If you're wanting just like the elf around the ornament and not around the box.
Oh, I see.
You might could do that, but Mod Podge is definitely not what I would use. I would use Maker's Magic.
Yeah. Okay, so I made a mistake. I'm going to show you guys what I did. No, I didn't. I put it on both sides.
Michelle says no, the Joy Extra does not score.
Oh, well, that's good to know. So make sure you guys are putting ATG on both of the tabs. I did it. I thought I didn't, but I did. Make sure you're putting ATG on both of the tabs because once you get that up there and everything's already been started being assembled, it's kind of hard. You can't like stick the ATG gun down in there to put the adhesive. And then you're just going to tuck all of these in here. So you have this cute little box. And then we just need to do the lid to go on top of it. So I'm just going to find all these score lines and then use the bone folder to put them all down. This one has a couple more score lines than the other one, but we will get there. So I'm just gonna fold all these over. Can you all, okay, Sadie, can everybody see pretty good? Okay, just wanna make sure I'm at a good angle. I personally like to go in and just crease every score line there is, and then it kind of helps me like form the entire thing together. I don't know if that's everyone's technique, but it helps me a lot when I'm working with paper. You can kind of see like where the folds are supposed to be and all that. So this one, I'm going to put ATG on these tabs right here. You can even like fold them in. I'm going to do a couple little strips there. Okay. And then, sorry, I start concentrating and my big old head gets in the way. So this is similar to the last one. So I'm going to take the tab and connect it to this piece that it's closest to. And we're going to do that all the way around. And then we're just going to fold in our edges. Okay. And I just like to take my finger and kind of push down those edges so they're nice and crispy. And then we have our little box. How cute, right? It's like a little ring box. We just made it ourselves. Okay, now we're going to assemble our bow. So this is the back piece right here. This is like the back. This is the actual bow part. And then we have, oh my gosh, I can't grab anything. This is why you need reverse tweezers. Okay, so I've got my hot glue gun on already. And this is like our little base. What I'm gonna do, I need this end to touch in here, but I don't want to bend. I don't want to crease, I should say, our bow. So I'm just gonna touch it right in the middle there. Can you see? But I'm not gonna like push that down because I want this to be fluffy. I want it to look like a fluffy, sparkly bow. But I'm just gonna put like a little tiny dot of hot glue there. And then we're just gonna attach it right in the middle. And then I'm gonna add another little dot and do the same thing with the other side. Just try not to bend it if you can. I try to just make contact right there in that middle piece. That way everything stays nice and floofy for us. Okay, so there's that part. And then we need to attach this to here. And actually, we could probably go ahead and attach this so it kind of hides any imperfections on the back side of the bow. So what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of glue here. When you're working with glitter, hot glue is really the best because, I don't know, I just find other adhesives really do not want to stick to glitter.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Hot glue is really just the way. Okay, so I just glued that to the back. So right now it looks like this. I just glued the little tab there. I'm gonna let it, make sure it's dry. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is flip it over. And this is going to loop all the way to the back. And I'm not gonna do any hard creases on it either. I wanna keep it as soft as I can. A little bit of glue there. Uh-oh. Let me put it up towards the top and make sure it reaches. And just be careful not to burn yourself. I'm gonna hold that there. You can blow on it, cool it down. And then we'll attach it to the backer. So fairly easy to make bows. If you've never made bows out of paper, they're really not hard.
No, they don't seem to be hard at all.
No. And like so stinking cute too. You can do these on your Christmas presents. And then we're just going to attach that right in the middle. I mean, look how cutie. I love it.
So cute.
It's floofy, Patty.
Floofy, not flat.
It's floofy, not flat. Okay, so there's that. And then we have this little piece right here. I gotta flip it over. It's hard to see score lines on glitter paper, but I can see them. I can see them. I don't know about you guys. I don't think you'd be able to see them. Now, I think you can put this either way. Like you could put this on the bottom half of the box if you wanted to, like this. But I like it on the top half, so I'm just gonna trim. I'm gonna trim it because you can see it's gonna be too long. I'm gonna trim it a little bit past the edge so I can kind of fold it under.
So you don't want it on the bottom of the box, you want it on the top?
Yeah, I want it on the top like how this one is.
Okay.
Do you see?
But is it made to go on the bottom?
Well, so I asked Courtney because she was playing around with the file, but either way, it doesn't fit.
Like it's too long?
Mm-hmm. But like if you did it on the bottom, you would just fold down those little edges. But there wasn't any score lines there.
Oh.
So you can do it either way, really. Whatever you want. You're just going to have to trim it up regardless of which side. I personally think it looks better on the top because the hands end up covering up most of the bottom anyways.
Right.
So I'm just going to line it up and I'm going to leave a little extra so it can fold over my edge and kind of hide.
So if you wanted to do both, you could do both. However, you would need to duplicate that specific cut twice.
Yes, just duplicate it in Design Space. And then I'm just folding it over the edges, y'all. I'm gonna put a little tiny bit of hot glue right here. Just, I mean, a little dab will do ya. Okay, and then I'm gonna do it on the other side. Just let it dry. Trying to keep my glue webs away. They're getting cray-cray. All right. Paper ASMR.
ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR. Isn't the bow so easy, Kara? I swear, it really is. Okay, so there's the top. And then you would just attach the bow to the top middle. I mean, that present alone is so cute. Mm-hmm. And then you just attach it like this. I mean, I'm obsessed. That's so stinky cute. It's like a little present. Okay. Now, we need to assemble our little elf suits. I'm going to bring this in. I'll put our bow to the side, our box and our bow. And then we need to get to attaching all of this stuff. This is where your reverse tweezers are going to come in good handy. Oh my gosh, I can't grab anything. So, let's just start with our little red frilly pieces. And I'm going to use my zig pen for this. You could use hot glue, but I like to use a zig pen for these pieces so it lays a little bit flatter. Hot glue tends to like be a little bit thicker. I'm going to do this on this print and cut paper that we had. I could not grab anything. I don't want to ruin that red cardstock. So I like to bounce the zig pen until you see the blue coming out. And then you can kind of put it on there. And then we will attach them to our piece. And now this one is pretty symmetrical, but make sure that you all are lining up your pieces before you actually put glue on one side or the other, especially with paper projects, because sometimes they're not symmetrical. Like if I put the glue on this side and for some reason that wasn't symmetrical, it would like look weird if I tried to attach it. Does that make sense? So I want to make sure I'm putting the glue on the right, correct side. And then I'm just dabbing it on there, and then we're gonna attach. You can see why these reverse tweezers are so handy. Mm-hmm. And I even still attach this one a little bit sideways, but it's okay. And then we're gonna do the other ones. Let me make sure I'm doing it on the right side. Here we go. See, because the wrist ones are not exactly, excuse me, they're not exactly symmetrical, so make sure you put it so it lines up nice. Okie dokie. This one's easier to tell because there's a straight edge right here, and this one's more of like an angled, and this is more of a straight edge. So it helps me tell. Does anyone have assembly questions to this point?
Nope.
Okay, y'all are being so quiet today.
They are.
Huh.
Which we do have a little bit, we're off a little bit. We got about 116, 120.
Okay. All right. Did I tell you that movie I watched with Julia Roberts and Kevin Bacon this weekend?
You said you didn't like it.
It was awful. It was awful. Literally, me and Trey were like, let's watch a movie. Like, the kids were asleep. I was like, we can have time to watch whatever we want. So we were like, let's watch this post-apocalyptic movie with Julia Roberts and Kevin Bacon.
I mean, Julia Roberts and Kevin Bacon, you would think it would be a great movie.
Right. No, it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, it was actually awful. I was like, the ending was so bad. I don't know what happened. I don't know what they were doing. Somebody is like laughing at everybody that watched it. They're like, haha, got you. How much money can we make off of a movie and have absolutely no ending? It was just awful. It was so bad. Okay, let me take this off of here so I don't get any messy glue on there. So you guys can kind of see we're filling it out. I've got one more piece down here. can't remember what it was called. The End of Us? I don't know. It was like the end of the world, but then they never really got to that part. It was like them just finding out that the world was ending and like how they reacted to it. So you think it's going to build up and there's going to be like this like really good action-packed stuff, and there's not. There was none.
What would we use these for? Little shelf sitter gift boxes for like money and stuff, probably.
Yeah.
Or just for funsies.
Just for funsies. The kids love them. Like, my nephew already saw his and loved it. Okay. I'm just okay, am I out of view? Sorry if I am. Okay. We're going to attach these little guys. I don't know why I keep putting my lid on my zig pen.
Yes, this live will be here live. You can rewatch. We are not taking it off the channel.
Nope. And we're going live tomorrow and Thursday.
Yes.
We're live Thursday too. Yes. So we've got lots of fun Christmas crafts this week. What is tomorrow's craft? Can you look? I can't ever.
Give me 2 seconds.
I literally look at the calendar like 15 times a day, like to plan, and I just forget. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the hat. What is it?
Christmas sweater. The last minute Christmas sweater.
Yes.
With the DTV.
I can't believe we're making last minute Christmas crafts.
I know.
Like, I just ain't. Are y'all ready for Christmas? We're not completely ready, but.
I'm not.
Have you ordered everybody's stuff?
No.
I hardly ever do in real life shopping anymore because they just don't sell as much in the stores as they do online. You know?
There's still just something about like just going shopping and physically putting your hands on stuff.
Oh, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love shopping.
I just hate ordering something and the way that sizing is, like having to guess on a size and hoping it fits, and then what if it doesn't? And then you have to send it back. And
right.
It just irritates me.
Yeah, no, I love in real life shopping better, but I don't feel like they keep the stores as stocked. His head is so big, you guys. I'm so sorry,
Robin
Jax.
said the name of it was Leave the World Behind.
Yeah. Did you watch it? If you liked it, I'm so sorry.
No, everybody's saying they hated the ending.
It was awful. My dad didn't even know it was the ending. He was like, oh, we watched that, but I don't think we finished it. And then he like said the ending, and I was like, Dad, that was the ending.
That was literally the end.
That was it. That's why he thought it wasn't done. He was like, I didn't either. When those credits came on, we looked at each other like, are you freaking kidding me? Mm-hmm. So bad. Okay, I'm going to put his little hat on here. I'm using hot glue to attach his head in this little hat. So on the other one, I made his head much smaller. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, I made his head a little bit smaller. I don't know why it's flipped. I didn't think I flipped the image at all. And then there are score lines on this as well. So we need to fold this. And then it bends at the knees as well. So it's going to be able to sit on the shelf. Okay, maybe that score line is not very prominent. You guys, I made a boo-boo. I'm just realizing I did it. Okay, so you can attach, I'm just going to put some ATG right here, I think. Yeah. But I'm going to show you guys what mistake I made. If you see my mistake already, I want you to leave a comment. And we're just going to attach our little box.
I see it.
Do you see it?
I think so.
Okay, what do you think it is?
You put the little cuffs on the inside instead of the outside.
And I remember to do it the first time I made it, and then I thought I better remember to do it when I make it on the live stream. So you need to attach your cuffs to the back side of your elf because his little hands are gonna wrap around like this, and you wanna make sure that you can see the cuffs. But I think I can pull these off. I'm not going to do that. So like on this one, you can see the arms kind of curl up in front, and then you attach the little hands. You need to put the cuff on the back side of that little elf standee. So like you can see, if I attach these now, you're not going to be able to see the cuffs. Okay, so don't be like me. Just take my advice. But all you're going to do is just hot glue the little mittens onto the front there. I'm going to go ahead and glue them just so you all can see it standing up. Let me get, what?
And I was just watching the video, and it was like when the top fell on his face.
When the, oh, yeah, it fell off.
Yeah, you can cut 2 more, but
yeah, we technically could cut 2 more, but it's okay.
it's okay.
I've got to make one for Emery still, so. And then I'm just going to attach it there. Okay, and then once it's dry, it's like ready to go. Big Head Jackson. Oh my gosh, Megan says just cut 2 more. I'm going to use the other one that I did it right on, but that's it. That's all.
So cute.
Here, I'll bring this one here to sit him.
I love it.
Ain't he cute?
It is.
It's really not a hard little paper craft either.
No, not at all. And this is I mean, it's a pretty good, this is a pretty good size box. If you wanted to make it bigger, like Alicia said, you can. Just know, like, you're going to have to get 12 by 24 inch cardstock, right?
Yeah.
Because of the length of from top to bottom of this elf.
Because
right?
that's pretty much as big as, I mean, we made it 10 1/4. We could have made it like an inch bigger.
Yeah.
So you're
but
not
too much.
Right.
But it's so cute.
I know.
So cute,
love
and
it.
definitely one that you all can recreate today. Very minimal supplies you probably already have. So I love it. It's super cute.
Yes, and if y'all missed it, we were telling everybody we're still running our 75 off of our yearly membership, which is huge. You are getting the printed Master Your Cricut 30-day challenge. This is included with membership, but you do not get a physical copy.
No, so you'll get access to this immediately. If you do decide to sign up for the year membership, you will get immediate access to this. But we have so many of these printed out. We went ahead and got an insane amount printed out, and we will get that shipped to you ASAP.
Yes.
Plus, you get grandfathered in at that lowest price that we offer. It's such a good deal. But like we also said, if you're just wanting to kind of test the waters out, try us out, you're not 100% sure, we do have what we call the dollar deal right now. You can try us out for $1. You get unlimited access for 7 days. 20 downloads that you can download, and then after that, if you don't cancel, then you will just automatically renew as a monthly member. But I think once you pay that $1 and you get in our website and you look around and you're seeing it and you're like, oh, you know what, I really like this, I think I'm going to craft a year, you can go ahead and take advantage of that deal right now. And what it will do is it'll just knock that $1 that you just paid off, and it will prorate that, so you are not really paying any extra. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like Merry Christmas to yourself, or let your significant other get it for you. I don't know. This is a good gift it to myself for Christmas.
Absolutely.
Gift, if you're asking me. So, anyways, if you all have any questions when you're recreating these, you can always post in the Facebook group. People are so helpful over there. When you become a member, you get access to that. If you have questions and you're not getting them answered there, you can email customer service at hi@makersgonnalearn.com. If they don't know the answer, they'll send it to us. We answer those all day long. So y'all just let us know if you have questions. I had a lot of fun.
I did too, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Yes. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.